Well, he just did. He just scored 8 points. That's the thing. He had a career.
Every loss, the weight of every loss will dramatically change the season.
Listening to the Sportz Nutz.
Yes, you are. You are listening to the Sportz Nutz, guys. Welcome to episode 61. Guys, can you believe we are at episode 61?
Ooh, Brandon, tell me, when you turn 61, are you gonna be in a wheelchair? Like what's going on, man, with your bionic legs?
You see this? Your flag already, sir. Already. Good grief, folks, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard this man right here. Look, he has not been here for a couple episodes because he had the wonderful flu. Matt, you do look a lot thinner. Glad to see you're alive. Tell us guys how you've been doing, sir.
Oh, man, I can't complain, man. Just happy to be able to breathe, happy to be able to, talk cough free. And, happy that I kind of, lost a little bit of weight, lost about 10 pounds, man. So, see if I can keep that off.
Hey guys, and I can attest to this. Matt and I were talking during the Georgia Tech game, God, for about we were on the phone for the final 2 hours of real time for the game, guys.
What was that? Just the overtimes?
Yeah.
No, we were there for like the last half of the game, and then like the last 5 minutes of the game, and then the 25,000 overtimes. I mean, in case you didn't realize, they're still in overtime right now and whatnot. But hey, it was a great game. I hate the outcome. Dude, Matt and I both were like, this is it. Like, okay, Shane, I texted Matt and I'm like, dude, your boys are about to pull an upset. He's like, what is going on? What? So then I call him. That was the dumbest decision because then all of a sudden Georgia Tech gives up all these freaking points and they end up losing in like the 9th overtime or something. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So, guys, we have.
My cousin even thought it. He texted me. He said, sting him.
All right, guys. Now, in case you don't notice, who is this gentleman right here? Shane, how have you been, brother?
Oh, man, I've been doing good, man. Was able to go up into the mountains, see a little bit of snow the other day, so that was fun. About an hour and a half, nothing stuck, but hey, it is a change of the season. Just got the Christmas tree up, so hot dog, the elf on the shelf's been running around, so we're having fun now.
Hey, our girl's elf is on the shelf. Her name is Pearls. And she's all over the place right now. She's currently in, we call it Papa's tree, which is the tree just designated for my father-in-law who passed away in 2022. But yeah, she's in there right now. So, but man, it is so good to have you on. Speaking of the devil, my kids just randomly walked down the stairs. Hey, they're looking for pearls. But hey, guys, we have an awesome show lined up. Yes, as you guys saw the title, this is the South Carolina Ravens episode, the 3rd time around. Yes, guys, first off, you do realize arena football for the South Carolina Ravens is knocking on that door. I know you guys are ready for this, right? I mean, how excited are you for arena football is officially in South Carolina? How does that sound coming out of our mouths?
Oh, I like it. It's fun. It can be exciting, especially you get a good bunch of buddies. A lot of times tickets are pretty cheap, but it's a good time, a great time to go see. I mean, you probably see them for about the cost of a movie now. What is it, like $25 to go see a movie now? And that's without.
So we will.
No.
I'll make sure you ask Mr. Andre about that because he is in back studio waiting to come on. And he is going to tell you the 411 on what is going on with the Ravens. We're talking about the tryouts, a potential visit for some more free agents. Just stay tuned. He's got a lot of good. And guys, I'll let you know now. I'm going to do the math. Okay, we have currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people waiting to join on there. So we will definitely have them on. And let's see. We have someone safe to say I'm the biggest and I'm the largest. I don't know about that. We'll see. All right, guys. Real quick. Today is Dun, 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 dun. It is Giving Tuesday. Yes. Why are we mentioning this? Because we have Matt, Shane, and myself. We have a really good friend who has actually been on our show. He is the voice of the Greenville Drive and the voice of your Furman Paladins. Yes, I'm talking both men's basketball and the football program. He is Mr. Dan Scott. Hopefully he is here, and you guys might see it in the chat room. He is. I'm going to post the link for what I'm about to share in just a second, and he will give you more detail about it. But I want you guys to really get a chance, and everybody, including the people in the backstage, as they're still adding on, I want you guys to go and you. Dan will be in. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and send him the link. But he will happily tell you what it is about. It's a not-for-profit organization. He will be happy to share. Hold on, I'm texting him real quick to talk or just message. But it is Giving Tuesday, guys. It is one of the best days in the holiday season, I believe. Matt, I'm going to tell you this too, and Shannon, I don't know if you heard this stat as well. On Giving Tuesday, Americans are going to spend $13.7 billion in giving to nonprofit organizations, children's organizations, you name it. That is an astounding number that they're going to give $13.7 billion. What do you think about that?
Oh man, that's very, very, very generous. Very generous, man, for people to do. But it's for a good cause, all for good causes. And anything that's for a good cause, I'm down with it.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to share with Mr. Dan so he can log on and I think he might talk, but I'm going to share. I'm going to send it to him anyway so he can share it. But he is the founder of the Dan Scott Show. That's the link. He's the Dan Scott Show. It is about how Jesus has saved his life, and he has an organization called Grand Slam Ministries. He is going to probably join us. It's literally going to be for like 2 minutes at most. He's going to tell everybody about it. Make sure you check it out. Here is, as you guys see, I'm putting it right now. That is the all right, person. All right, so someone's trying to log in. I'm gonna have to bump one of you guys out real quick. Okay, it's only going to be for a brief second, but that is the website right there that you guys see to donate. All right, it is Dan. Shane, I'm gonna pop you out just real quick. Okay,
that's good.
All right, let's see here. The person's trying to join. All right, let's see. All right, so I think Dan is trying to come on. Let's see here. Consider using Green Room. All right, let's see. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. That's expensive. No, I'm not paying for that. That's full. Okay. All right. What I need one of y'all to do in the Shane. I'm gonna keep Shane out real quick. All right, so that'll let Dan come in. All right, so now it should let Dan come on. He's gonna come in and he's gonna talk to us about it. Let's see. It literally will be a pop in a second. But I want you guys to definitely check it out. Grand Slam Ministries. I'm gonna see if he's trying to come on. Try again. Anyway, before he comes on, Matt, how are you doing?
Man, can't complain, man. Again, as always, just ready for the sports week to ramp up. I know we had some Monday Night Football last night. We got to watch a little bit of that. Got to watch a little bit of Jameis. You know how it goes with him. So just getting back into the swing of things, man. With the NBA, NBA, NFL. NFL teams are kind of getting ready for that playoff push, and just going from there. College football, of course, the new rankings just released not too long ago. So,
speaking of which, did you guys? Let's see. I think that's Dan. Let me see if that was Dan. Hold on. No, it wasn't. All right. So, did you guys happen to see the snow game at Buffalo and the Niners? What do you think about that one, Matt?
Oh, that's wild, man. It's always good to see a snow game. What was that game years ago, man, with the Lions?
Oh my God, it was like the Eagles. It was the Lions
Yeah.
and the Eagles or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson
And-
had like a whole thing full of snow.
Oh my God,
man.
they had like a clump of snow. Yeah, it was crazy. And like LaShawn McCoy went like bananas on scoring or whatever like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it was,
Snow games are always fun to watch, man. But they're always
like, all right.
fun. Oh, he's just here.
No, oh, hold on. I'm thinking. Let me see. No, he's not. All right. All right. So what I'm going to do before we go over there is let's quickly give a special shout out, Matt. We're going to give a shout out
Of course.
to our favorite Mexican joint in Easley, South Carolina. It is Tequila's Grill in Easley. Look, guys, you see the tree is behind me, which means it is holiday time. What does that mean? That means you want to get your holiday events booked. And if you want to have your holiday events, Tequila's is where you want to go. Give them a call today. I promise you, it is some of the best Mexican food you will ever have. Matt can attest that the dude gets like 3 plates full. Shane gets like 4 plates full
Good
as
food.
well.
Good food.
And all right, Dan. All right, what I'm going to do is I have to bump one of you guys out real quick because Dan is about to log on, and I'll then come back in like 5 minutes. Whoever I kick out, come back in 5 minutes. All right, so give them a call today, 864-307-8028. That is Tequila's Grill in Easley. Their address is 5155 Calhoun Memorial Highway, Easley, South Carolina, 29640. Matt, I know you're ready for some good Tequila's Mexican restaurant, aren't you?
Absolutely, man. I'll be up there in a couple of weeks.
Hey, you heard that? You heard it from the horse's mouth. Look, by the way, we're waiting. Dan is parking. He is currently in Florida. The firman is taking on tomorrow, Florida Gulf Coast. So he's parking. He's going to log on. He's going to tell you guys real quick what it is about the Giving Tuesday, and then we are going to get going with our wonderful guest, which, by the way, Mr. Andre is ready to tell you guys any and everything you need to know about the South Carolina Ravens. Cannot wait. In the meantime, Matt, it was like I sent you a message earlier. I don't know if you saw it. And speaking of snow, parts of New York right close to the lakes, this one area in particular got 6 feet of snow over the weekend. Now, just put it in perspective. Matt is like 6'1", 6 foot or 6. What are you, Matt, now?
6 foot 6'1" ish.
Yeah. So the snow is taller than him. The snow comes up to here. I mean, I'm 6'5". The snow comes up here, guys. That's insane. Could you imagine the snow drifts?
Man, could you imagine the snowmen and the snowball fights, man? Oh man.
Could you imagine having to shovel that off of your driveway? How long?
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. That wouldn't be fun, man. At all.
I see one of our guests in the background, Mr. Eric Waldrop, is smiling about that. Because, I mean, like, guys, could you imagine? Just think about it for a second. Putting someone as tall as Matt or myself on your roof, that's how tall the snow is, on your roof. I'm like, that would absolutely destroy most houses. But, guys, it is close to wintertime. We're kind of in a version of a weak La Nina, which means snow possible in the south. Let's hope. All right, so while we're waiting on Dan is going to be on just a second. Matt, I told you this before, and I'm really excited about what's going on. Browser. Okay, so Dan is not going to be able to come on. All right, so let's see. All right, so what it is Dan's show is they're trying to raise support for our radio show that airs on 39 stations around the country and also internationally. They have core missions of mentoring and helping children, all designed to share the good news of Jesus Christ. It is Grand Slam Ministries is his website. As you got, and I'm going to go ahead and quickly pull up his website here. Let's see that. And it's going to be now. Look, it's going to be in the banner. I want you guys to look at it. This is the banner. Yes, that is the actual website. Go on to it if you can. Copy, paste it, everything. Donate consider a one-time donation of $10, or you can consider a monthly donation. You can go from 10 all the way to $250 or however much you want to do, but do it for Giving Tuesday. Today is Giving Tuesday. Remember, guys, I told you $13.7 billion will be given away in the Americans just today for Giving Tuesday for a nonprofit organizations. Check him out, Grand Slam Ministries. It's gonna we are more than excited to share with Dan's information. All right, let's get Shane coming in. Let me see, Shane, come on in. All right, guys. Without further ado, I'm not gonna make him wait any further because Mr. Andre is the man. All right, so what I need to do, I need to kick somebody out because I need to have my other co-host come in. It'll be just a brief second, please. All right, I need to get him in. All right, so I had to kick somebody out. All right, let's get it going. You ready to bring him on, Matt? Let's bring everybody we can right now. Nobody else try and log on and to come to the show because I need to have Shane come on. There he is. Shane, can you hear us?
Yep, got you. Sorry about that.
All right.
Let's get it started.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Andre.
What's up?
How you doing, Mr. Andre?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Absolutely. Hey, we are so happy to have you on. Let's start bringing everybody in. Coach Rod, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good, guys. Thank you.
All right. And then Eric, how you doing, man? I saw you doing that little smirk a moment ago with when I told you about the snow.
Hey, bro, listen, I'll be buried in that snow. I'm 5'9". I'd be under the snow.
I mean,
I'm right there with you.
I was about to say, Shane's right there with you. And then, all right, guys. And then let's see, who's the next one here? I have to scroll down here. Monte, welcome. How are you doing, man?
Good. How about you?
Good. All right. Ed, how are you doing? Ed, can you hear us?
Ed, is your mic on?
I'm all right, guys. What's up?
Oh, there we go. All right. EJ, how are we doing?
How are you doing, sir?
Good. And Ty, can you see us and hear us?
Yeah, my mic's on.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So we are. I know we have a bunch of players that are here. We will get to you guys. We're at the max, and we can view at one time. Mr. Andre, please let everybody know what has been going on with the South Carolina Ravens. Talk to them about the tryout coming up and the next free agent visit you're about to do.
So tryouts are December the 8th, which is Sunday from 8 to 1 over at Lake Marion High School in Santee, South Carolina. This is the final open tryout. And in about 2 weeks, we're going to have an HBCU tryout where guys who are graduating seniors at historically black colleges and universities will have the opportunity to also make the team. And shortly after that, we will release the 40-man roster to the world, to the community and the world. And these are the 40 guys that could potentially make this thing happen for us and be the first to ever do it in the South Carolina Ravens jersey.
That's right. Let's get it. We are beyond excited for what's going on. You and I thankfully just share this, but we're going to share it again. We have formed a partnership.
Yes.
And I want everybody to see this. First off, make sure you're looking really close at the screen because this is real. If you see what I'm showing right now, Mr. Andre, would you please let everybody know the great news about what is so fantastic about this partnership?
So with the partnership, the hosts of tonight are going to live stream the games. They're going to be at the games. They're going to do our play-by-play. And they'll be the guys that release any video, any footage of the game to the media. So what I'm telling you guys is with our photographers and our videographers and these guys in Sportz Nutz, we won't need the news. We're going to share with them what we want to share with them, basically. We love the news, but if they're not with us now, they're not going to be with us later. So we had to form our own news group, basically media group. And, this is where we're at.
Amen to that. As you guys see, yes, we are the official podcast of your South Carolina Ravens arena football team. Mr. Andre, would you please let everybody need to know where they need to go ahead and get their tickets right now? Because you did say they're going like hotcakes, right?
They are. And I do know we only have 10 VIP tables left. There are a couple VIP tables in the end zone. You can get your tickets at www.scravensfb.com. You can go and buy individual game tickets and season tickets on the website. If you do not want to pay all the taxes on the website, you can call 843-942-9352 and save fees and taxes on your season tickets.
That's right. You heard that right there, folks. Where to go? Look, it's right there on the bottom of the screen too. Where to go to get your season tickets. Like I promise you guys, we're telling you, they're going like hot cakes at this place, and we cannot be more excited. Mr. Eric Waldrop, how
Yes,
have
sir.
you been, sir? Let us know what has been going on since the last time we had you on. Now that you are a member of the greatest team in South Carolina. No offense to the University of South Carolina.
Life is good, man. Full of gratitude. Really looking forward to this 2025 season. Holidays are looking great with the family and enjoying time with the kids. It just, really just kind of moving forward with the mentality of getting back into a place of, football shape. Really looking forward to the camaraderie. One of the things that I miss about football is, teamwork, team building, being a part of a team with a team. There's a brotherhood you build in that you just can't find anywhere else. So I'm really looking forward to that aspect of it. The few times we got to hang out with some of the guys, a couple of the events at the Florence Center, the tryouts, it's been a blast. I've thoroughly enjoyed that, but really just looking forward to the season, keeping the training up, trying to keep everything intact, healthy, getting a natural cold plunge. Walk outside right now in Charleston. It's about 30 degrees, so get natural cold plunge in there. But, man, life is good, man. I'm just grateful, man. Looking forward to this season.
Guys, if you can, look at the snazzy gear Mr. Eric's got on. Mr. Eric, would you please show that beautiful hat? There you go. Look at that hat. And look at the shirt. Tell me that is not like the nicest merchandise ever. Am I right?
Hey, listen, they're comfortable too, man. These things are form fitting, soft, comfortable. Hat fits perfect, durable hat. I don't have probably 10, 15 workouts in this hat, and this thing, it ain't frayed. It ain't nothing. This is good. This is good merchandise right here. This is good, durable merchandise right here.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And
That's
Mr.
cool.
Andre, you if you can, when you get a second, let everybody know where they can get their merchandise, right? And
Yes,
Coach,
you can go to the website, www.scravensfb.com. You can get you can get it there. Or again, you can call 843-942-9352, and we can order and customize anything you want.
yes, sir, indeed. Coach Rod, how are we doing? So this is actually the first time we are getting the privilege to talk with you. How are you doing, sir? Uh-oh.
Guys, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. Love the show. Wonderful opportunity to spread the word about the South Carolina Ravens. Going to be big in the state of South Carolina. Could not be more proud to be a part of it. And,
Oh, we froze.
be a part of this special organization.
Absolutely. Hey, we cannot be more excited to have you guys be a partnership with us. Hey, I want to go to Mr. EJ Gather. Mr. EJ, I want you to tell us what has been going on with you since the last time we had you on, and tell us what has been your journey so far now that you are a part of the South Carolina Ravens.
Well, number one, I'm gonna say it's a blessing. The blessing is still being, in this predicament. I had some doubts at first, but God always gonna make a way for me. That's number one. Number two, being on this team means a lot. So it's like I'm grinding hard ever since we've been on the first podcast with you. It really motivated me. to actually see the spotlight and actually see like my path, my dreams come true. So it's actually motivated me to do a lot of things that I could have been doing before. So I'm just staying blessed and just waiting for the opportunity to come.
Absolutely, and we're so excited. Shane, you have a question for Andre, do you not?
Oh yeah, Andre. Hey, great to be on the Sportz Nutz with you guys and be, an official partner with you guys. That being said, hey, where are we going to be playing? What can we expect? What kind of atmosphere are we gonna see? And is it going to be a great time to watch?
So first off, it's going to be fast-paced, family fun. It's going to be geared towards the middle and elementary school kids, but at the same time, it's going to be entertaining for the adults. At the Florence Center is where we're going to play. First exhibition game is March 16th at 7 p.m. That's on a Sunday. And also, at the game, there will be entertainment, live entertainment. You have a DJ, you have a live band, you'll have food trucks, you'll have gaming trucks. It's just a lot of fun for everybody. And, another thing that we thought of was the ticket pricing. Tickets start at $10. And you can get a VIP ticket for $125. So it ranges from $10 to $125. On the season ticket side, it starts at $40. So you're paying for 4 games and getting 2 real games. You're getting 6 games out of the whole package. The 2 exhibition games, you would have to pay for your tickets. But as far as entertainment, we will have something for everyone there.
And look, guys.
I mean, like I said earlier, you can't go to a movie for that price. So, hey.
We're going to do things that's never been done. Like that place has never been packed to capacity. In my 46 years of being on this earth, it's never happened. So,
oh yeah,
this is an opportunity. This opportunity is bigger than just football. We're bringing South Carolina out. We're just not bringing the PD out. We're just not bringing, Myrtle Beach, Florence, and Sumter. We're selling tickets right now as far as Aiken, South Carolina. That's a 2-hour drive. We got tickets in Chapin, South Carolina. We got tickets sold in Charleston, South Carolina. So the word is out. It's time for like Greenville and Spartanburg and Rock Hill to step up. And I even put pressure on the guys, to go back to their communities and get folks involved. The players are no good to the team unless they're out there, talking about the team, letting people know what they're doing. And if they don't do that, well, sad thing to say, those guys won't be around. So the group of guys that we have, all these guys are out talking about the team in their areas. You can tell by the ticket sales. We got a good presence on social media. We got a good presence in Florence and Myrtle Beach, and we're gonna make our way through the other little small towns pretty soon. The biggest thing about the South Carolina Ravens we're a community-based organization, and we're a nonprofit. So anything that you guys need anywhere in South Carolina, we will be there.
Coach Andre, you have a question from an audience member. They wanted to know what league you were going to be a part of.
So we play in the PAIA. It's an independent league. We just signed 3 teams in the last week. We're up to now 8 teams right now. Everything is rolling. The reason the PAIA was invented, the reason why, you got so many leagues out there that it's almost like you're paying a membership and getting nothing from it. Not talking bad about the leagues, but if you look at arena football, so many teams have dropped out because before their first game, they're $450,000 behind the clock. They're just underwater, $400,000 or better because of the fees, because of things that you have to do to get to the field. Teams aren't even getting to the field. So what we did is we created a way for owners to make money and not just have a team and not make money. A lot of owners in other leagues, not calling them out, but they didn't make a whole lot of money last year at all because of what they had to pay up front just to be a part of a league that we probably call a boys club, because that's all it basically is. So what we did was we charge probably a quarter of what those guys charge, our owners, to be a part of the league. And not only that, the owners and the teams will get merchandise with the PAIA logo on it, the same way they do in the NFL, where they have their merchandise kind of, with the logo on it and everything. So we did that for owners, so they don't have to worry about it.
All right, I like that. All right, so let's go to the next person, Monte.
Yes, sir.
Floor is yours, man. How has everything been going on with you, man? And obviously, we had you on last time. What's been going on your side since becoming a member of the South Carolina Ravens?
Been enjoying the family. The holidays that's passed, holidays is coming up. Been enjoying my daughter, training with my trainer Stacy, who's in Greenville, South Carolina. He played at Clemson. But it's really been training and getting prepared for this camp. So ain't nothing gonna come easy. So that's really it.
Absolutely. I'm going to quote the great Zaza Pachulia, who played for the Atlanta Hawks. Nothing is easy. Absolutely. And gentlemen, I hope you guys are ready to go 100% because, Andre just said you guys have a chance to do something that's never been done. And think about it. You guys can literally run the field, go undefeated, and hoist that ever so coveted trophy at the end. And, I believe 200%. Matt believes, Shane believes 200% that Andre is leading you guys in the correct direction.
I don't know if y'all guys can see this, but
Hold on.
Can y'all
Go
see
ahead.
it?
Yeah, we can see it.
Hold on.
Put it to the. There you go. A little more. There you go. Yep, right there.
Right there?
Yep.
This is the real deal. This is the real deal. And the crazy thing about it, it's already got the 2025 date on it.
Hey, let's get that ring. Let's get it, guys. Y'all can do this.
How bad you want it will be determined when you get to camp. How bad you want to make that roster. How bad you want to make that team. We're going to bring 40 guys in, and we're going to carry 25. So
let's get it.
Yeah. The thing about arena football that a lot of folks don't know, damn near every week you're going to have a different roster because it's all about production. You don't produce, next man up. That's why.
That's right.
Because you got to prove yourself every single play.
That's right. You got to give it 100% every single play.
Oh, yeah. Takes heart.
So
that's right. All right. So let's go to the next person on our list. Let's see here. Who have I not? Here we go. All right. So let's go to, let's go to you. Carnell, is that your name? Oh, why can't I?
We need Carnell Thompson on here.
Carnell, we can't see you, so if you can brighten your light up or something so we can see you.
He's a lineman.
He's a lineman. Oh.
Ask Carnell his size.
What's your size, sir?
6'3", 299 right now.
Woo! Woo! Boy, you a big boy. Let's get it. Look, hey, I'm 6'5", 254. Yeah, we can see you.
Okay. Hey, how y'all doing today, man?
Good.
Good,
Please
man.
let us know how your journey has been going since this adventure has started with the South Carolina Ravens.
Well, actually, train don't stop since I graduated in 23. But when I got the phone call and talked to Andre, so since then it's just been 100 times. I just been in the gym. That's all I'm just focused on, just getting better every day, getting 1% better every day, doing it for my brothers. To be honest.
And that's how you do it, because look, everybody has already said it, and we're going to repeat it. There's a brotherhood. There really is a brotherhood in football. I experienced it when I played. I had 104 guys with me, so it was a total of 105 when I played. That's a lot of people to remember. But we are a brotherhood, and I hope you guys are, literally, Andre just said, give it not one, but give it 200%, and on every play, on every down. And I want you guys to be the first there and be the last to leave, and give it your all every practice. And I guarantee you, the reward is going to pay for itself.
Yeah,
all right, Mr. So Deshaun Stroman, how are you doing, man?
I'm blessed. How you doing, sir?
Good. Thank you for coming. We really do appreciate it. We would love to hear, what is your adventure, your journey been like since you have been introduced to the world of arena football and being a part of the South Carolina Ravens?
Well, it's truly been a blessing, first and foremost. Just the humility aspect of it, because I definitely wouldn't be in this position without God. I've been through a lot, and I'm just grateful and just keeping my head down and just staying working and consistent. I'm just excited, I'm blessed, man, to be a part of this, because it's been a while. It's been a long journey, and I'm just ready to kind of put my talents on full display.
Would you let everybody know what your position is?
I play wide receiver, and all right, if they need me, whatever they need me to do.
Hey, and that's how you get it done. That's where it means the most, and we can't tell you guys enough. We are beyond. We're proud of you guys. We're excited for you guys. We know this is legit. We know what we are looking for. We're ready to see. I told Matt this literally the other day. I said, I cannot wait to start watching some arena football, basically in my neck of the woods. Matt, he does live in Atlanta, but he's going to come. And then Shane, he lives in Simpsonville, so it's both him and I's neck of the woods, and we literally cannot tell you guys enough how excited we are. And I know there's a lot of you guys on here, and I got to tell you, we're beyond excited to have you guys on. But give me one. Actually, man, I'm going to go to you real quick. Give everybody here one thing of advice you'd give them for being prepared for this season.
Yeah, just continue. I know the last episode, Andre had some good words of encouragement for you guys, but I'm gonna just harp on that, man, and piggyback off of that. Just continue to build good habits, and you continue to build good habits. You do that, and everything will just kind of fall into place. So just continue to keep your habits good. Limit the distractions. Look, man, I know we all want to play 2K and Madden, man. Look, I play a lot of Madden myself. So, but sometimes you got to kind of just fall back and work on the craft. So, just continue to limit the distractions, build good habits, and you guys will be fine.
Shane, give one thing of advice you give to these players right now so that they can remember this episode for them.
Oh yeah, well, as always, just keep working, man. Somebody else is going to be out there trying to be better than you. As long as you put in the work and you think, that you're going to be better than them, you play 100%, man. That's all they can ask for. And, it comes together. You build that camaraderie, just trust in the process.
Absolutely. All right, guys, I'm going to give you a little advice that Coach Manus, my football coach, so I was defensive end and I was a tight end. He was the defensive end line coach. He always told me, don't try to be a hero. Try to be the better version of yourself. And what that meant, and it took me forever to figure out. I was like, what does he mean? Be the better, not be a hero. That there's a man to your left, there's a man to your right. Be the best you can be to help make them better. Because ultimately, it's to make you be the best you can be. But if you help them, they're going to help you. You guys are in this together. You're a family. You have your family from 9 to 5. You have your family here. You have your family everywhere else, basically. Friends everywhere. And Matt hit the nail on the head. Limit your distractions. You can do this. And Coach Andre just said that how badly do you want it? Do you want it 80%? Do you want it 100%? Do you want it 60%? Are you just there? Because now I can tell you this now: if you're just there, you're not going to advance. But if you give it 100% and show how badly you want it, the reward will pay itself. I give this advice to my daughters all the time. More specifically, Addison. Matt will attest to this too. I have a 6'5", and a 4.5-month-old daughter. All right, so I have 4 girls. And my daughter Addison is my sports girl. And I told her softball team this, and I told her basketball team this. Don't worry about the score. If you give it your all, 100%, every single moment you're in there and then some, at the end of the game, you're going to win no matter what. You have won because you put forth the effort. If you only put in 60%, you're only going to get 60% back to you. You give what you get. So I tell my daughters, give it 100% and you will be surprised at what you can achieve. Now, Coach Andre, you give us really good advice about the making the bed. Can you, for those who didn't hear, can you tell that story again, please?
All right, cool. But before I say that, I want to let you guys know that we'll have fan buses leaving Greenville, Charleston, and Myrtle Beach every home game. I need people to let that sink in. Get your season tickets. Buy your season tickets now. We'll make a way for you guys to get to the game. We just need you guys to jump on the season tickets. There's nothing else going on in the state of South Carolina from March to June as far as football is concerned. So if you love football and you want to see it faster than you ever seen it before, this is it. This is your opportunity. This is faster than the NFL because of the size of the field. Any football you've ever seen, you've never seen anything faster than arena football. So the story that he's talking about, it's basically your daily routine, your process. The reason why you do the things you need to do. And it also makes you think, and it makes you think deep. All right. It's all about your mindset, because we all know what you think is who you are right now and today. So however you think of yourself, that's who you are. So the first thing, and it's from the time you get up to the time
you got muffled there.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right. It's from the time you get up until the time you go back to bed. Number one, you guys should be writing this down or really listening to what I'm saying. First thing you do when you get up is you give thanks. All right. You give thanks. The second thing you do, you're going to make your bed. But there's 3 things you get from making your bed. All right. And with you guys being athletes, you're going to need all 3 of these things: accountability, production, and your competitive spirit. Well, I had somebody ask me, how does that build your competitive spirit? Because every time you do something, you want to do it better. It ain't so much doing it faster. You want to do it better. And you want to be productive while you're doing it. And you're also holding yourself accountable while you're making your bed. The third thing you're going to do, you're going to take a shower. The shower is not because you're sweaty and dirty. That ain't the only reason. The shower is there for your dark times in life. Every time you take a shower, you feel better. It's not because of the soap either. It's because water creates oxygen. Oxygen allows you to breathe, and when you can breathe, you can think. How many times you've been mad in your life and you couldn't breathe and you just made the wrong decision? That's the reason why. That's the reason why people go to beaches, rivers, lakes. They go to bodies of water to relax because of the amount of air you breathe from the water. That's what keeps you calm. So that's why we take showers as athletes. You sit in that shower and you relax. Your body just calms down naturally because of the amount of air you breathing in. Number 4, you're going to eat. Number 5, you're going to hug mom, daughter, dog, whatever you got to do. You're going to hug it. Number 6, you're going to take out the trash. You're walking out the door. 7 is very important. 7 is very important. For those of you that got jobs, those of you that work, your job is to be the best employee ever, regardless of what your job title is. I'm going to repeat that. Your job is to be the best employee ever, regardless of your job title, because you're changing your mindset. You want to be the best. You want to be the best at everything, not just the job you was hired for. All right? And when you do your job, you want to do your job from the front, not the back. You want to be the leader. It's all about changing your mindset. And number 8, when you get to the football field, everything you've done that day leading up to that is going to transfer over to doing things up front, competing against each other. And it's going to happen so natural to the point where it's going to be second nature to you. And that's what builds good people. That's what builds great athletes. They're not always the fastest. They don't jump the highest. Guys in the NFL aren't the fastest. They don't jump the highest. They weren't even the best on their high school team, most of them. But the one thing that they did do, they outworked everybody they were around, because in their mind, they were not going to lose regardless of the situation, regardless if they played on an 0-12 team or a 12-0 team. You had guys that didn't win until they got to the NFL. But so the second part of this thing is, when you go home, nobody can't say you didn't give it everything you got. Nobody can say that. You don't have time for your cell phone. You don't have time for your video game, because there are 3 things you gotta do. You gotta watch video. You gotta eat. You gotta shower. You gotta do those 3 things, because if you are wasting time on your phone, talking to this person, talking to that family member, guess what? That opportunity is going to pass you by, because that next guy is doing exactly what I'm telling them to do and a little more. That's the difference between you guys making it in life or just going through the motions in life. So if you guys can remember those things and steps, every step, follow the steps, take your time, your whole life is going to change tomorrow, not next week, tomorrow. If you do it, I promise you, your life is going to change. The way you think, the things you think are going to change. So that's what Brandon was talking about, guys. It's all a process. That's all it is.
That is some seriously good information to give, guys. You know, we want you guys to be extremely successful. So we're coming to the end of this segment. Then Matt, Shane, and I, we have another segment we're going to do. But I want you guys to know, we have a check. We have a countdown, by the way. We really do have a countdown for you guys. We're ready to see some football. So quickly, Coach Andre, give again an update. What's coming up next? What's going to happen, so people can get an idea, and then we will get ready for the next segment with Matt and I. Does it sound good?
Yes. So coming up on Sunday, we have tryouts. We have the final open tryout. 2 weeks from Sunday, we have the HBCU tryout. That's where the guys who've played in the historically black colleges, their league, when their leagues are done, they'll get an opportunity to try out. We're going to go to the Senior Bowl game and also look for talent. And on February 16th, I get to see these guys in pads and see who they really are. And see, you know, if the potential meets my expectation on February 16th. February 16th is the start of camp. March 16th is the first game. I want 7,500 screaming fans from everywhere in South Carolina to pack the building. Pack the building. Go on the website. Give us a call. Do whatever you got to do to get a ticket, whether it's a season ticket or individual ticket. I'm going to tell you right now, I would get season tickets because you'll save a ton of money buying season tickets if you are a fan that's going to attend more than one game. And again, we're going to have fan buses in Greenville, Charleston, and Myrtle Beach. So for those of you who like to party and like to have a good time and don't have to worry about driving, don't have to worry about, you know, a limit on what you want to drink and how you want to drink and what you want to eat, guess what? You don't have to worry about that. We're going to take care of that for you. And also, for fans who want gear, the easiest way to get some gear is buy a season ticket. When you buy a season ticket, for every ticket that you buy, you will receive a South Carolina Ravens shirt, a T-shirt. And at the games in the VIP, you will get some type of gear, some type of apparel every game you attend. So you will have an opportunity to get 7 pieces of clothing with the South Carolina Ravens name on it with the season ticket as a season ticket holder.
Okay.
So, you know, I am wanting to just have fans from all over. I don't just want it to be a regional thing. I want it to be a statewide thing where people are getting on the roads, people are getting on the fan buses. It's being talked about every Wednesday, Thursday night, whatever the case may be, leading up to the game. We'll also have a pre and post game show. So fans will know every bit of information that they need to know to support the South Carolina Ravens.
Amen. And look, we here, the Sportz Nutz, we're your show that's going to bring you everything you need to know about your South Carolina Ravens. Guys, you see the website down below, scravensfb.com.
Yeah.
And we promise you, we're not pulling a fast one on you. Go and get your tickets now. They are going hot. Or they're going like crazy. And you know, hey, it is a holiday season. You want to get some season tickets now? Get your apparel, get your tickets, get everything. Get all your friends and family South Carolina Ravens gear, and let's pack the floor at center. Does that sound good?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Real good.
Well, Mr. Andre, we have had a blast having you on. You and I will talk again very soon. And I'm looking for, guys, I promise you, we're counting down those days. We cannot wait to see what you guys are going to do. And let's go have some fun and take names while we're doing it, right? What does the end always say? I got receipts, right? Let's get receipts and going right now. Let's get receipts right now going, and let's bring South Carolina not one but unlimited championships right now. Let's do it, guys. Y'all sound good?
That's right. Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, Eric, I appreciate you coming on, man. You take good care, and hey, go have some fun.
Thank you, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Andre, we really appreciate you, man, and we are looking forward to it, man. Let's go kick some backside and let's dominate the world of football. Let everybody know. Be ready. The Ravens, they coming, and they here to stay.
I'm ready for that fan bus experience.
Yes.
Let's get it. Andre, you take care of yourself, man, all right?
Hey, man. Thank you guys, man.
Yes, sir. You take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes.
guys, we had at max, we had 124 viewers. It has significantly dropped to 72, so it's okay. But are you guys? Tell me first off, you guys are excited about this football, right?
Yeah, man, this is definitely going to be interesting, man. It's going to be a new experience for everybody involved, all of us involved, man. As far as dealing with the Ravens, from the standpoint we'll be dealing with them from. So, I mean, that, and then plus getting to learn more about arena football as well. A lot of people don't really know too much about arena football. They don't know about the difference in rules as far as NFL goes, and so a lot of people don't know that arena football is professional football as well. So, man, it's gonna be lovely. It's gonna be a blast. We're gonna have a blast promoting the team, and not only the team but the league itself. And I think we're gonna have a great time.
Now, look, Shane, you're only 25 minutes away from me, so your butt better be on that party bus every freaking game. And I want you being loud, and I want you being proud.
We're both about 25 minutes away from that party bus, though. See, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, we better be on that bus like loud and proud. Let's get it. All right, guys. Real quick, want to give you guys a quick reminder. Today is Giving Tuesday.
Yes.
Grand Slam Ministries, Mr. Dan Scott has a great organization. Like we've already read to you. Please, we will have the website. We actually already have the website posted on our Facebook page. It's on my Facebook page. Let's get there. Let's donate. Let's help your brother in need. Dan Scott, he's a great person. He's a great individual. I've known him for going on 3 years now. He's a great person. And help support his vision where he can teach what God and Jesus Christ can do for you. Remember, we've had some really good guests on our show, which, by the way, Matt, I got to share this with you. I haven't sent you the video. I'm going to send it to you. I can't post it yet because we have been told wait about 3 weeks, and the 3 weeks is next week. Our good friend, do you remember Mark Vaughn coming on from Anderson University?
Yes, I do.
Shane, you didn't see this yet, and I'm going to send you the video too. But Mark Vaughn had like a divine intervention moment in the sports world. He is the SID for Anderson University football. He fell off a 3-story building, basically, and darn near decapitated himself, broke his neck, was barely hanging on, right? And so he had a 19-hour surgery. And one of the doctors that helped perform the surgery was an atheist, didn't believe in God. They said, you'll be healed in 2 to 4 years, fully healed, and you'll still have complications, whatnot. Well, so he had a surgery and everything, and guess what happened with him in 6 months? He was fully healed, was discharged from the doctors. They had this befuddled look on their face of, like they don't understand what on earth happened because they've never seen something like this. He was 100% healed, discharged. He has never seen those doctors again. He is a true miracle walker. And so they showed Matt, I sent him a copy of our episode to him. And then I sent him the short you created. And he shared it with members of his church. Well, his church and have some media members in the church that did a documentary on him.
Wow.
And it's still continued to grow. There are other media outlets. WYFF4 has actually contacted me because they want to do a follow-up story on him as well as include us, because everybody knows my story. I had a widowmaker heart attack, and they're amazed how we are still going strong and how he is still going strong. So be prepared. Matt, you and I most likely will be on a TV station up here soon. But I will send you guys the video. It's amazing, like the video they did on him, and it's pure testament, Shane. And if you are a semi-believer, when you see his story, you're gonna go, holy moly, that's unheard of. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you see it every day. I mean, and the connection, throughout the sports world, especially nowadays. I mean, what is it? You see a quarterback from Michigan I mean, they just did a special on Big Noon Saturday. Came back from leukemia when he was
Mm-hmm.
16, 17 years old. I mean, that's the advancement, especially with Jimmy V Week coming up and stuff like that. Dad graduated from state, so I was a big Jimmy V fan. I learned about him, before Jimmy V Week really came about. That long ago. But it's great to see the advancements that through donations, especially being given Tuesday. Donations that have been received to the advancement and all aspects of the health field. I can't be more grateful for that. But the healing spirit of the Lord is the one and true healer. So he can perform miracles, when necessary.
Absolutely. And, it really is amazing. Like the story, I'm going to definitely, I'm going to ask Mark tomorrow, when can I share the story? Cause I want you guys to watch as well, but I'm going to share it tonight with Shane and Matt. You're like, all right, Matt, I got to talk about your boys basketball though. Are you down for that?
Let's do it.
Shane, are you ready for some college basketball talk, sir?
Oh yeah, well I've been watching a little bit. SEC, ACC, face-offs kicked off tonight. So
We're just about to talk. Look, Matt, your boys, they're playing in Norman. Number 21 ranked Oklahoma Sooners. Oklahoma is a 12.5 favorites to win the game. However, as you know, we don't discredit anything that anybody does. What are your thoughts on this game? What have you seen so far in Georgia Tech's basketball team that leads you to believe that they have a legit chance at, being a 64 team this year?
Well, I mean, you got to look at them from a recruiting standpoint, man, and also from a coaching standpoint as well. I think it's tough, man. Basketball is tough because all the 5 players on the court, man, they have to be able to, be a cohesive unit. So I need to see. Everybody can talk and say that, okay, we're gonna do, great. We have the team. We're gonna do this, but with basketball is about how well you gel on the court, which we'll see, especially in college ball, man. College ball is so much different than ball in the NBA, man. College ball is more. It's a lot slower pace, a lot more plays being ran. It's more of a team sport, unless you have a guy like, let's say, Anthony Edwards at Georgia. Unless you have a guy like that, which most college teams don't have, man. So with Georgia Tech, it's going to be one of those things where I need to watch a couple of games first, man. I'm going to have to watch a couple of games first, and I'm going to have to see, who they're going to make their go-to guy, how they're going to run their offense. Are they going to pretty much stick to his own defense, or are they going to, really man up and get into the other player opposing point guard's grill? Yeah, I have to see a couple games first before I rush to any kind of judgment.
All right, so I'm going to ask you this question real quick, Shane, then I'm going to ask Matt this as well. All right, I'm going to give you 3 schools, okay? They're the ACC leaders right now. Number 1 is Clemson. Number 2 is Florida State. And number 3 is Pittsburgh. All 3 of them are 7-1. Look, Cal's right behind them at 6-1. I still have a hard time saying California Atlantic Coast Conference, but that's another argument there. Between the 3, Clemson, Florida State, and Pittsburgh, Shane, who is your team, those 3, that you think is going to make the ACC make the ACC call them their daddy, because that's how good they are this year?
Florida State and Clemson both have been there in, I'd say, probably the last 4 years. They've both had great records. Florida State has sustained it a little bit longer than Clemson has lately. But I watched a part of a Pitt game the other night, and they look big. They play defense, which You get a big team in there, especially in the ACC. What we've seen, who knows adding Cal and these other teams, because Cal went up on Missouri big, and Missouri's no pushover right now. But Missouri's made a little bit of a comeback. That's a game I've kind of been watching here on the SEC network. It's been pretty good, but. Man, I'd say out of those three, Pitt seems to have the most sustainability throughout the season, be it injuries.
And Matt, what about you out of those three? Clemson, Florida State, and Pitt. Who could make the ACC say, "You're my daddy"?
It's gonna be a tough. This is gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be tough this year. But I'm gonna have to kind of rock with Shane here. I'm gonna have to go with Pitt, man. I think Pitt has the better players, better coaching, and I just kind of like the defensive schemes a little bit better. So I'm gonna have to go with Pitt on this one.
And Shane, you've heard this a bunch of times down up here in the Upstate. Brad Brownell, and what does everybody add to Brownell when he does the Brad Brownell thing? Brownell, because he loses a lot, right? He does just enough when he needs to get that extension. This last year is an example. What did everybody say? Brad Brownell can't do it. And then Clemson, they got enough. They got to the Sweet 16. Heck, I think they got to the Elite 8 even. They did something that they have not done in a very long time that saved Brad Brownell's job, and the rest is history. All right, so let's do this, all right? Our good friend, Dan Scott, he is currently in Fort Myers. Furman is playing Florida Gulf Coast. Furman, guys, they had a gauntlet a heck of a schedule they had to finish up with before they return home. They played against Seattle. They beat Seattle. Look, guys, here's the crazy thing. Their game was 11:30 our time. So it was 8:30 or 9:30 their time when they played, because they were in Vegas. So yeah, that game was late. So then they traveled to the number one team in all of college basketball in Kansas, and they hung tough for the first half. They actually did really, really well, which leads me to believe that Furman's basketball anomaly last year with them not doing good is done. I think they're back to normal. Yeah, they lost 86-51 to Kansas, but Matt, Furman is not a very big school. They're, in all intents and purposes, they're an FCS team. They're a small school, right? But look, they're playing tonight. They're playing tomorrow night against Florida Gulf Coast. But Florida Gulf Coast is not a pushover. We saw them when they went to the tournament run a few years back. Then they finished this. Do what?
Dunk City.
Yeah. And look, and they finished. This is their last road game before they return home. However, it's not their last hard game. And why do I say that? Because they have to play against Princeton. Last year they played against Princeton. Princeton won at the last second. That was a really good matchup right there. Then they play host to South Carolina State, another Gamecock team, right? South Carolina State down the road. They finish up the home schedule against a school called Montreat, which I've never heard of. I think they're like a D3 school or D2 school, something like that. And then here is the last game they play before SoCon play begins. They're playing Harvard. That's a pretty tough schedule. Right now, Furman is 7-1. They play Florida Gulf Coast, Princeton, South Carolina State, Montreat, and Harvard, and then they go to SoCon. Matt, realistically, what could they finish in your eyes on that schedule before they get to SoCon? That's 1, 2, 3. They have 5 games. What could they finish in that 5-game run left?
Ooh. It depends. I want to see how they bounce back from that Kansas loss, man. I mean, Kansas really kind of put a slacking on them and kind of just brought them back down to earth. They were riding high with those 7 wins at first, man. I thought they did really good against Tulane, and Belmont is always well coached. They were able to edge it out against Belmont. But it depends. It depends how they come out against Florida Gulf Coast, man. If they come out, and not letting that Kansas loss really haunt them or kind of, have them down in the dumps, I think they'll be fine. I think they could beat Princeton. They could beat South Carolina State. I think looking at the schedule, man, I think man, they might. I won't be surprised if they went out. To be honest with you, man.
Possibility.
I guess Mercer can kind of give them a little run. Might give them a little run for their money, but
so the two teams that give them fits every year is Chattanooga and East Tennessee State. Those are, for whatever reason, 2 years ago it was East Tennessee State that knocked Furman out of the SoCon Championship to win the to go to the NCAA tournament, and then 3 years ago. 2 years ago, it was them playing against Chattanooga. Last year, it was Chattanooga going to the dance. So it literally comes down to ETSU and Chattanooga. Sanford is a good school, but Sanford, they're kind of wishy-washy with everything. It's going to be a good SoCon year. I'm looking forward to it. I can't express enough how excited I am for college basketball back. All right, so I'm going to ask you this. I want you to give me, and I'm going to ask you to do this too, Shane. Think about your teams that I'm going to ask you, and then I'll come to you. Give me your top 2 best teams you think that will get an automatic bid into March. Matt, go ahead. The 2 teams. That can be any team. Just give me 2.
Oh, man.
I know there's a lot of teams.
Yeah, it's still kind of early in the season, man. It's still kind of early in the season. But I don't know. Sheesh. Let's go with man. Okay, if I had to,
I'm glad you're going first.
I know, right? If I had to pick a couple teams, man, I think I'm gonna go with This one's gonna be tough, man.
Stop the Schwab.
No. You got to go with Kansas. Of course, Kansas is number 1 team in the nation. So Kansas is going to get there. You have to go with Kansas. I like, man. My dark horse is BYU. They have that freshman kid from overseas. But
you're not even saying it. But what about Duke? They have the number 1 player in all of basketball.
Yeah, but they don't have the number 1 player on basketball. They have the number 1 freshman. But even that's a toss up because there's another freshman over in Rutgers. That's nice too.
Yes, that's right. You hit the nail on the head right there.
Yeah, but you know what? I definitely have to go with Kansas first. But you know what? And you know what? Speaking of that, I'm gonna go with Duke as well, man. I'm gonna go with Duke because I think Duke is a very well balanced team. I think they'll make it. They'll definitely make some noise. Because not only of the star freshman they have in Flag, but the other freshman in Knuppel. He's one of the most deadliest shooters that you're going to see. So, yeah, I can see Duke getting in there too. But Kansas for sure is definitely going to get in there, man. They're just too well coached.
Give me 2, Shane. I want your 2.
Okay,
any team.
2. I'm going to say Kansas because they've been proven here lately and early in the season. That's kind of what you can go off of, albeit, early season invitational play and stuff like that, which invitational play is still better than the NBA's in-season playoff that they have.
Amen to that.
But that same sense, I got Kansas. But man, Tennessee, even after they lost, they still look good and they have played up. I mean, still unbeaten. So they look decent. But my one biggest thing is UConn.
Oh, I'm so disappointed in them. God, I am.
That's the 3rd team that you wanted to put up there, and that you could say could have been that team to go forward and stuff like that. But 2 losses in a row, you don't see that much.
To be fair, they lost 2 top 10 NBA draft picks, man. To be fair for UConn, whenever you lose talent like that, it's always tough to bounce back. Who's Stephon Castle and Donovan Klingon? So they lost those guys, man. So I mean, that's you lose your big man and you lose your lead guard. So that's always tough to bounce back from it. But, they're 5-3 right now. We'll see where they go.
I like your choices though, Shane.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
actually
no.
shocked at Kentucky.
I'm
by
going
the
to
way.
tell you who I'm shocked. All right. First, I'm going to tell you my two, and then I'm going to tell you my surprise. All right. And I'm going to throw a dark horse out here. Obviously, we're going to say Kansas because Kansas is Kansas. What about Oregon? Oregon has proven themselves so far. They're undefeated. They're 8-0. They've been hanging tough with their competition. Obviously, we're going to have to see what Big Ten play looks like for Oregon in basketball. We see what it looks like in football. But, we're seeing good things out of there. I'm rather surprised. All right, you ready to hear my holy moly team? Like, go ahead.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Kind of with you but I don't see much out the Big Ten this year. This SEC ACC challenge that's going on right now should basically, what I see as far as the top 8 teams in each league should be the Sweet 16. As far as competitive.
And look,
going,
let's be honest.
they nailed it
SEC
this year.
ACC plays the best.
They nailed it this year with the schedule against the variety of teams and the matchups that they created. So I'm glad to see you don't have that big team against that low level in the other league. You've got kind of the mediocre teams, some of the best teams coming at it. Basically another invitational, but it's just kind of something that's been a tradition over time.
But like I said, let's be honest. ACC, SEC basketball play is some of the best entertainment you can watch around in college basketball. It really is. I have a lot of fun watching that matchups every year. But let me give you my surprise team, Matt, and I want you to tell me if you agree. Last year, this team that I'm going to select, they were abysmal. They were absolutely. The last time I remember this team being good, I was a freshman in high school. DePaul. DePaul is 7-0 right now, guys. Yes, it's early. Yes, they've played teams, right? But guys, and I want you to be really serious. When was the last time you can remember DePaul being that team coming out of the Big East? Because I sure as heck can't remember.
Quentin Richardson.
Since they changed the logo, like the first they changed the logo.
All right, so I'm thinking it really had to. I'm serious. The last time they were good had to be when I was a freshman in high school. You want to talk about a team that really fell down?
I mean,
they were a decent team and they really went down.
Yeah, made the tournament. You're talking about mid to late 2000s, 2010.
Yeah, but is it?
It's been a long time.
Who's the coach? Isn't No, that's Duquesne. That's Duquesne. I was thinking of LeBron James' friend. His friend is the coach of Duquesne now.
I don't know if somebody can look. If you can look it up, let me know. If you look it up, let me know. Who is DePaul's head coach? I can't. Gosh, I can't find the information right here. I'm like, where? I don't know. But hey, am I sold on DePaul yet? No. Chicago tends to have pretty good teams.
Let's see.
We will see what to expect. So while we're looking at to see who is the head basketball coach at DePaul, how about the college football playoff rankings? They're out. And I'm looking at them, and I do not agree with them. I know you're laughing, Shane, because I said this earlier too, guys, right? I said Alabama could go 1-11, and for whatever reason, they're going to be mentioned in the daggone playoffs left and right. Shane, we saw what happened this weekend. You and I both said if Carolina comes out, Lenore Silas comes out, and he plays a dominant fashion of games, and and whoever makes the last mistake is going to cost the game. And what happened? Cade Club made the last mistake.
Of course he did.
I personally, I think South Carolina has done enough to beat over Alabama. But where was it? I saw somebody on Twitter said the only reason why Alabama gets in is because it's Kalen DeBoer. They want to see what he's capable of doing next. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with having Alabama in. I don't even really agree with Tennessee getting in. I mean, what do you think? What do you think, Matt? What do you think about the playoff seedings currently? Obviously, We haven't seen it yet because you still have a couple games to go.
Well, I'm looking at. I think Clemson blew it big time, man. Clemson blew it big time.
Yes.
They had it right there in their hands. Also, Georgia Tech blew it, but that's a story for another day. But I don't know, man. These rankings. I mean, Bama does have good wins. Bama, they did beat Georgia. They do have good wins. They have terrible losses. They have some terrible losses. My God, they have some terrible losses.
Recently.
Yep.
That's the key. Recently.
All right, so let's look at the top 4 right now. Okay. Do you agree with what the top 4 are, Matt?
Well, of course, you have number 1. You're going to go with Oregon. They just haven't lost yet. I think Texas is there, but Georgia's going to beat the brakes off them again. Texas just doesn't match up well with Georgia. Georgia's D-line is Georgia's D-line just bullied the Texans, and you can't come back from a bullying like that, man. The way they got bullied by UGA, there's no way. That's big brother, little brother now. It's kind of like Alabama and Georgia, but this is going to be Georgia and Texas. It's big brother, little brother now. So I think Georgia's going to come out, mollywop them. But as it stands now, you kind of have to. I mean, I don't agree with Notre Dame. I don't agree with Notre Dame. That's what I
do not either.
I would rather put Georgia. I would have had Georgia over Notre Dame. I would have had Ohio State over Notre Dame. I would have had Tennessee over Notre Dame. Honestly, I would have had Notre Dame right down there with Boise State. Miami dropped the ball too against Georgia Tech. Yeah, man. As far as the first 4 goes, I agree with it. I agree with the first 3. I don't agree with Notre Dame. That's kind of my difference.
Let me ask you this. What in your eyes makes you think that Notre Dame deserves to be in CFP? Because, I mean, what was their – Matt, do you know – or Shane, do you know – either one of y'all, do y'all know what Notre Dame's strength of schedule even was to quantify them to be so high?
I know it was low, but, my thing is, you put Notre Dame up that high, you put Alabama in, and then you put Ole Miss as the next team out over South Carolina. I mean, you're looking at, a loss that happened in October to a Northern Illinois team. Yes, they were the worst in the MAC this year.
7th best. 7th best.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's pretty bad, but I mean, that was in October. Now you're rewarding them in December for that one loss that they were able to make it through the rest of their schedule, which was malarkey.
Yeah, the schedule.
But you did that to Notre Dame. You did that to Notre Dame, but then you put Ole Miss a win over Mississippi State ahead of South Carolina when you had them behind it last week.
I got one for you though.
That kind of puzzled me. The Boise State bye in the first round. I agree with it. I mean, I think if we're going to have that exception to the rule, at that point, the highest rated conference champion, be it non-Power 4, they deserve to bye. Hey, we've seen. Oklahoma get snubbed from the national championship game and then go against Boise State in a major bowl game as a upset-minded team and pull it off.
Yes, Statue of Liberty.
A couple trick plays, but a couple trick plays and a proposal. Hey, it works every time.
That's right. I got one for you though. The number 1 team plays the number 3 team this week, and yet for some reason we're putting Penn State in this. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Didn't Penn State not only lose, but didn't they get blown out by Ohio State?
That is true.
And when was the last time James Franklin really put you in the he is the man. He is the savior of Penn State. When was the last time you could say that about James Franklin? I
The
can't.
first time Michael Keegan Pell did the whole James Franklin sketch on game day, like that was the one and only time in the past 5-6 years that they've keep running the gag.
Yeah. Well, no.
But
do you guys agree with Penn State being in it though?
My thing is, I agree with them being in it, but make them a first round matchup, them and Indiana. See which one of those Big Ten teams actually deserve to be into the playoff.
Absolutely.
That
one.
should be the only in-conference matchup that they eye, in my opinion.
I like it.
Yeah, but
what do you think,
Penn
Matt?
State? With Penn State, I mean, yeah, you kind of look. They don't. Their wins. I mean, when they play a team's worth a damn like Ohio State, they kind of hung tight with Ohio State. They lost by a touchdown, but I think the biggest test, of course, is going to be this upcoming Saturday. But we'll see where they stand. I personally think Oregon's and Dylan Gabriel, they're going to kind of. I haven't used this word yet today, but they're going to mollywop them.
Boom, boom, mollywop.
Yeah, but Brandon, I think I watched this game with you live, Brandon, when they played against Minnesota, and they barely got out that game with Minnesota.
You were watching it was the Wisconsin game we were watching, and Oregon won by 3 points. I remember that.
No, it was Minnesota. They played when Penn State.
So you and I have watched multiple games. I know that.
Yeah, I played when Penn State played Minnesota a couple weeks ago when I was.
Yeah. And it was literally by the hair on their chin.
Yeah, they got a completion conversion, 4th down conversion. So, yeah, man. I mean, they're gonna have a test today. But if they lose, I think, look, man, the committee knows this. The committee knows teams are about to lose. Teams play each other, they're about to lose, and they're gonna drop way down in those standings, in those rankings. Penn State, if they lose, they're gonna drop. They're gonna drop. So, and teams in the top 5, top 6, 7, they're gonna lose. They're about to lose. So the committee sees it. I don't want to put too much onus on this particular ranking, but they will change after this week. We know that.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely, it will change. And personally, look, I don't particularly like the committee the way it's doing. And I understand this one. It's been talked about, media and social media for a long time that. It's 29% goes to SEC, 29% goes to the Big Ten, and everybody else gets the rest. Not really fair. It really, if we want to make it a legit, fair college football playoff, why not give, the Sun Belt a team in there? Why not give Conference USA? Why not give the MAC? Look, it is the MAC, and I know they're not very predominantly a big conference, but why not give the MAC? Why not give, yeah, you do have Mountain West with Boise and everything, and then you have Big 12, Big 10, SEC, ACC, AAC. You have the All-American Conference. You have all these conferences. Let everybody have all the conferences. The top winner of all the conferences get a shot in there, and then you have a few at-large bidges for others. I like it that way. Not just say let's give 4 to SEC, 3 to the Big 10, and give XYZ to Big 10 or the Big 10 or Big 12. I mean, give 1 here to ACC and 1 there, and just forget all. That's not right. I don't agree with that. That's just my thoughts. I mean,
the good thing about it is last year we were talking about a 14 playoff, and we were talking about an undefeated Florida State team being left out because they lost a quarterback and didn't play well in the ACC championship game. We talked about how it would be great to have this expanded playoff, and I mean, hey, this is what we got.
You're right. Absolutely.
This is what we asked for. This is what we got. This is the necessary steps that I think need to be made. But I mean, hey, we're in a Power 4 conferences now. Let's just take my idea and run with it. I think it'll be great. It'll make things more interesting. Give us some tiers, just 4 conferences, 2 tiers based on region. Keep rivalries up. I mean, we saw rivalry weekend. We saw Alabama Auburn, but the week before Alabama Oklahoma. But I mean, we saw some weird rivalry games in the SEC this past week.
Yeah,
we absolutely did.
I mean,
Yeah, well, no, put to you correct. We saw weird games in general.
yeah. So I mean, I'm just I'm not a fan of super conferences and being spread out this far. Hey, let's make it somewhat reasonable and do the right thing and give like you said, the smaller schools the opportunity to show themselves and be there in the end. But just a couple of weeks ago, we were also talking about how Tulane and Boise State could have been in the playoff.
Yep,
Before
that's
that,
right.
we were talking about how Army and Navy, if they remained undefeated,
They could have both got into it.
Yeah.
They could have both got into it, but then they also both, one of them could have been left out just because of their schedule and the conference that they came from, because they still have yet to play each other head to head. Is what we're talking about, head to head. South Carolina, Alabama, they talk about head to head all the time.
Yeah, they do.
And that game would have been played the week after the selection made. So
That's right. So let's look at it this way. Vince Lombardi said it great. Excuse me, said it best. If ands and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a merry little Christmas. We understand that, right? But what I believe, it's only 2 years, and then we're talking about going to the 14 or 16 or something like that. So they're going to expand again. Our good friend Matt Brian
about your aunt and uncle. I didn't hear about that one.
Oh, really? Come on now. So look, our good friend Brian Kajiyama actually said this to me the other day, Matt.
What did he say?
He said, he goes, pretty soon it's going to be like the NCAA tournament and have 64 teams.
Oof.
Look what the FCS playoffs do. And we saw this a couple years ago with Furman. Furman from Travelers Rest, South Carolina, had to travel all the way up to Missoula, Montana to play against Montana.
Yeah.
Literally on the other side. And yes, Montana won. They won literally on the last play of the game. It was a toe touch. Furman if they had touched inbounds, Furman would have won. So I agree. Oh, can't hear you, Shane.
Oh, great game.
Yes,
you knew what I was saying. It was a great game all around.
Yes, it was. It was a great game. Look, I don't think you're ever going to truly have a perfect playoff scenario. I really don't. But make it a little more fair for everybody, not just who makes the biggest dollars gets the most. I understand money talks.
Yes.
And football is a multi-billion-dollar a year industry. I mean, hell, we're probably looking at the next 10 years. College football could be almost $1 trillion a year industry. We don't know yet. It's coming to that.
College football salary cap is going to be greater than NFL salary cap within the next.
And you said that before too, Shane. Remember earlier on in our show, I think it was like the first 15 episodes into it, you said college football is going to get a salary cap. And we're starting to look that way. And it really is starting to come that way. I mean, guys, did you guys see the number one quarterback? Where did he flip to? Because he gets $10.5 million. He goes to Michigan.
They say he might stay at LSU though.
Well, no, hey, plus one bite. Everybody knows the rules.
Yeah.
So do you think? I think it's going to be like an NIL cap or something like that. It'll be
NIL cap. I mean,
teams going to spend this amount of money on NIL.
Yes. As far as booster donations,
yeah.
Now sponsorships and stuff like that. When you get into corporate America, they control too much.
Oh, you froze.
What kind of handle and not let freely kind of go. So you're still going to see those booster, but corporate people come in and put up a good bit of money on the side that they can justify and not get caught. I mean, people were getting paid before NIL was around. I mean, we can all admit it. I mean, Reggie
Bush
on
the table, absolutely,
because of it.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely.
So, I mean, that's one thing, but yes, there's going to have to be a cap on it at some point to keep schools competitive throughout. I don't know. The world's crazy lately, so I just keep my head down and keep working,
Yeah. That's right. All right, so let's switch it up. Matt and I and Shane, we're if you guys are just joining us, we had the South Carolina Ravens on earlier. We had a great time with them. We're now talking about some college basketball. We just wrapped up college football talk. Let's talk some NBA talk. Does that sound good for you, Matt?
Oh, I love it. It's always lovely talking.
All right, so I want to ask you guys this, and Matt, you already know the answer from you, but see if Shane knows. What was the most recent David and Goliath matchup that David won? Twice, 2 times in a row.
I'm not sure. So tell you,
Matt, why don't you let him know?
I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Atlanta Hawks.
It could be some different situations. You talk about playoffs. You talk about actual teams. You talk about this season. You talk about last season. I mean, I don't know.
All right, so Cleveland Cavaliers a few games ago were 17-1.
Yeah.
Atlanta Hawks, they're basically they're a shit show. They're a dumpster fire. We have no real understanding.
I got you on this one.
We have no idea what's going. So Matt, what did Atlanta do? Not once, but twice.
They beat the one-loss Cleveland Cavalier team, and back-to-back, which everybody thought they were going to lose. I mean, Atlanta came out, started the season 7-11, playing Atlanta Hawk kind of basketball, which is what we expect. Kind of, yeah. Yep. And they've won 4 in a row.
4. They're 11-11.
They seem to hit their stride, man. They seem to hit their stride and found their
absolutely.
With DeAndre Hunter coming off the bench, it's been a blessing for him. He's been averaging about 20 coming off the bench. Zachary Richardson has been doing everything, kind of been a bit of a glue type of player, but has been doing very good, for a rookie. And Trey has toned his scoring down.
It's actually the lowest scoring he's had since his rookie year. However, the Hawks are better because of it. And also,
he's leading the league in assists.
Trae Young just did something that he has never done. He had a career high in assists. He is leading the league in assists per game right now. He had 23 assists his last game. And look, the Hawks, they were pretty much out of any possibility of I know it's early, for playoff contention, right?
Yes.
They went from the 10th position to the 6th, which means, if you don't know what that means in the playoff tournament, folks, they don't have to play in the play-in tournament. It's, right now it's Miami, Indiana, Chicago, and Detroit that are in the final 4 positions. So Atlanta's moving up. They're only a half a game behind Milwaukee for the 5th position. However, the Hawks are only 4 games out of the Orlando Magic. So they're moving up. It's going to be an exciting second part up to the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Matt, you hit it. We talked about this earlier. Richardson is finally starting to turn into the player we had hoped. Trae Young is becoming the better player. Heck, let's even look at this one too, Shane. Your Charlotte Hornets, they're not as bad as they once were. They're actually better. They're still logistically in. Now, unfortunately, if the playoffs were to start today, they wouldn't be in the play-in tournament. But
0-3
they're only
conference.
They're just a hair out of it. And I'm really impressed. Look, LaMelo Ball, he's back. But who was the guy? Brandon, what was his name?
Miller.
Remind me. Yeah, Brandon Miller. I keep thinking Brandon Marshall for some reason. Brandon Miller, he's doing really good things too. Like the Charlotte Hornets, they're coming back. And it's hard for me to say that. Matt knows that. I've never cheered on the Charlotte Hornets. They're starting to come back. I mean, heck, we don't know what's going to happen. I think honestly, it's going to come down to, here's what I think, Matt. I want you to tell me if you agree. It's going to come down to the final part of the season, and Atlanta and Orlando could potentially face off to see who wins the division. What do you think?
I think so. But you got to remember, Orlando is doing this, man. I think they got an 8-game winning streak or something like that. This is without Paolo Banchero, as he's going through kind of an injury right now. So Orlando's playing a lot better without Paolo. Not to say Paolo is a bad player.
Not this game.
Oh, is Paolo back?
No. They're not playing.
Oh, see, I don't know what the score is in the game right now. What's the score? Go ahead and enlighten me.
91-59.
Yeah, it's bad.
Who are they playing? Who are they playing?
New York.
They're playing the Knickerbockers.
Yeah, 7 minutes to go in the third, though.
Well, New York is his financed their team. They're the New York Yankees. They're the Yankees in the NBA right now.
Mediocre. They've been mediocre this year.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
don't
but
hear
they'll
about
get
them.
into the playoffs. They'll get into the playoffs. You know, they're more of a playoff type team, man.
Well, I
They're
mean,
going to win. I think they'll win about 45, 50 games, and then they'll kind of they're built for the playoffs. The Jalen Brunson.
Well, and
Carl
I
Anthony
mean,
Towns.
they recruited from Villanova. That's all they did.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
They traded
they got three
DiVincenzo away
stars
though.
on the floor, but I mean, you know, New York, just like you said, Atlanta, they're getting hot at this quarter mark of the season. You know, finally starting to gel. You know, you get all these different assets together and they're starting to gel. Hey, you never know. Only thing that scares me, especially teams like New York and Atlanta, and even Orlando, the way that they've been playing lately up until this game, they start gelling too early. That's enough for them, The Hornets don't. The Hornets play good, but they don't win enough for it to matter. So.
I mean, we could see something better. We really could. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're getting
playing tournaments always the key to the season. We had a good year if we made the tournament to play into the playoffs.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So let's we're coming close to time. Let's switch it up real quick. Let's talk real quick about the NFL. The Hall of Fame finalists, 2 of them have been announced: Mike Holmgren and Sterling Sharp. Thoughts?
Happy to hear Sterling's finally made it, man. It was always a travesty that he was not in it, man. It was ridiculous. The amount of the numbers that he put up. And they say his career was cut short, but he still played 10 seasons, if I'm not mistaken, 8, 9, 10 seasons, and he had those numbers that he had. Man, yeah, he should have been in, man. He should have been first ballot. Easy.
Man, he could have gone 16 if he would have stayed healthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean,
he could even got more. He was one of those unique players
at that point.
Yep.
Absolutely. What about Mike Holmgren? Are you guys pleased with him being the coach finalist for Hall of Fame?
Put them in together.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's only fitting. I agree. Put them in together.
I agree.
All right, so we got to go. We can't go any further about talking about
underrated wide receiver. Put them in together.
That's right. You hit the nail on the head. I can't go any further about talking about this because Matt, you told me in the beginning of fantasy. I'm not going to even talk about the fantasy schedule. Don't ask me how my team's doing because the hell with you and your almost one lost team in the damn division, whatever crap. Right? Look.
Don't worry. You got two.
Yeah, I picked my second loss.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the worst.
Wait, who did you lose against, by the way?
Hey, worst team in the league. I got you.
Yeah, he got me, man. He got me, man. I was like, really? I said, really.
Hey,
all right.
My players finally started producing. I had a decent squad. I kept telling people.
Yeah. It just bad game.
Look, I'm hitting that wire left and right, and Matt, for whatever reason, still thrashes the heck out of everybody. But regardless, he goes, why didn't you take Chris?
Nobody trades.
I trade.
Well,
I made a trade with somebody. I don't even know who the heck it was. I think it was Trey Davis, actually. I made a trade with him, and the player I made a trade with him was projected to get 30 points, and he's on IR all of a sudden. I'm like, really? Come on now.
Calm down, Christian.
I was about to say that. Matt told me, in the beginning, he goes, "You're going to select Christian McCaffrey," and I said, "No, I'm not. I'm selecting Bijan Robinson, right?" Boy, was I ever right to choose Bijan and not Christian McCaffrey.
But
Christian McCaffrey is done for the year.
Yeah, that's because he got injured, though. If he wasn't injured, of course, McCaffrey would have been number one.
It says Mr. Saquon at his flex.
Saquon, Derrick Henry.
You know what? Oh, I just stood up flag at Matt. Matt, your flag.
Oh, yeah,
Look, Shane, how did we allow Matt to get the 2 damn best running backs in the league right now?
You let him pick his damn spot that he wanted to draft in.
No, I didn't. It was random.
No.
It was all random.
It was random. It was random.
It was all random.
I mean, he got Derrick Henry, who is the second leading rusher. And he got Saquon Barkley, who is the leading rusher.
See, both of those guys didn't really have great seasons last year. So that was the thing. They slipped.
Because they weren't on good quality teams. Philadelphia has to let Saquon do what Saquon does best. And by the way, if any of you 37 people watching right now can say you can hurdle backwards like Saquon did, you're lying because Saquon Barkley is a freak of nature. And then also, Derrick Henry literally has a State Farm commercial. He's throwing a freaking refrigerator. Come on now. And he's pulling an engine, a car engine. And he's also pulling Jake from State Farm's entire living room set. Come on now. Well, if you think Derrick Henry was washed out because he was not producing up Tennessee, it is the Tennessee Titans. They're a really bad team. And he's on the Baltimore Ravens, which I don't know if you guys heard this. And they kept harping on this. I think it was Tony Romo kept saying this was a Super Bowl whatever matchup. Did you hear Tony Romo say that, Matt?
I think I did hear him say it could be a potential Super Bowl.
Yeah, potential was the Ravens and the Eagles. I don't buy into that kind of stuff because yes, Philadelphia is great, but it is Philadelphia.
It is.
It only takes one time for them to hiccup, and they're bad. And the Ravens, up until this year, they only had Lamar Jackson. So Derrick Henry is a comparable offset. So hopefully, we see good things out of that. But we digress. Let's talk a little bit real quick, Matt. What the hell's going on at the Falcons?
You know what, man? I didn't think we were going to speak on this, but I see you decided to take it there. Let me open the can points. Take the dang points, man. Take the points. Yes. Take the points. Man? It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Take the points. No, defense played great. Offense looked putrid. Kirk Cousins has a couple of these games every season of his career. If you go back and check, he has a 3-pick. Even though he threw 4, he has a 3-interception game every once in a while. It happens. I wasn't expecting Kirk Cousins to come in here and be Peyton Manning now. I was expecting Kirk to come in here and be Kurt, which was an upgrade to what we had, which it has been an upgrade to what we had, but he hasn't done.
Do you know people are saying on Twitter that he is Desmond Ridder 2.0?
No, that's not the case. He's been better than Desmond Ridder already. I think he's already thrown more touchdowns than Desmond Ridder has in 2 years here. So, whatever. So, no, man. It's just, I don't know what it is, but something's just not clicking. I think it has a lot to do with the tight end position because Kirk Cousins has always used his tight ends, but also it's for some reason they decided to have Kirk Cousins come out of his pistol. Kirk Cousins never played in the pistol like that. He was always under center.
Under the center play action.
Yeah, which I don't understand why we're not using him that way. But then again, I go back and think it's the Falcons. That's what we do. It's such a Falcon thing to do. Let's take a quarterback who was successful, who led the league in yards, who led the league in passing yards, Pro Bowl player. Let's take and all that from under center and let's flip him to have him come out in the pistol. That's such an Atlanta thing to do. So, I'm not surprised. But at the same time, man, the Chargers were giving us the game. They didn't score to lose and not give up a touchdown. It's just ridiculous. But take the dang points. If they would have took the field goal points, man, at the end of the game, we probably would have been up. I think it would have been up because we didn't take 2 field goals and we opted to go for the fourth down. We got stuck both times. So that's 6 points, but we lost 17-13. So it would have been 17-19. We would have been
19 to 17.
We would have been up. So take your points. Always take your points. You don't want to leave points out in the field, and that's what they did. So,
and I got to tell you this: get rid of Kyle Pitts. Get rid of him. He's garbage.
I seen a play. There was a play he gave up on that could have been a touchdown. Well, at least try to go for the ball, man.
Exactly. He literally look, and here's what Zach Klein of WSB said: is this quantify? And look, Nick Shalini even said this too, Matt. Does this play quantify as giving up? And what is he doing? It's the last pass that Kyle Pitts had. He runs in, and he stops. And here's what you need to do. Run into the daggone player, get pass interference, first down.
But also, I will say, for him to only have 2 targets, though,
he's not trying anymore. In the last 3 games, he's not shown, really, he wants to play. And Kirk Cousins has seen that.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins has always used his tight ends, man. From T.J. Hockenson to tight ends is always, even in Washington, he had the player that kept getting concussed all the time. I think it was Jordan something. His tight end,
Logan Thomas.
Huh?
Logan Thomas, quarterback from Virginia.
No, this is when Kirk Cousins was in Washington. It was a tight end.
Tight end.
Cooley. It was Jordan something. He always kept getting concussions.
Yes.
Was it Cooley?
He was a great tight end. Great tight
I think
end.
it was, yeah.
Cooley, or was that?
No, it
early?
wasn't Cooley. It was after that.
Yeah. Shoot, I can't remember. They've always had one good one, and that's what Kirk Cousins always had. He's had that good, reliable, solid, old school tight end. Like now you're looking at Kyle Pitts, a slot tight end kind of deal. It's kind of how he's fitting into the offense, and you see Kurt. I mean, he's become familiar with other targets this year.
Yes.
Because of that. And I mean, it was a surprising stat, but it's been 10 years since Kurt did something like that with 4 interceptions in a game.
It really has been a long time.
2014. I didn't realize he'd been in the league for that long.
Yeah, he came in the same year as RG3, man. RG3 was the first round pick.
He overtook RG3.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins was the second round pick. So.
Yeah, it's hard to fathom time.
That's right. Jordan Reed was a tight end in Washington.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he kept getting concussed. Good tight end. He saved me a fantasy.
Here we go with the fantasy talk again. Good.
Yeah, man. Brendan, I understand your harsh fantasy this year. If my team put out what your team put out, I'll be disgraced too. But I mean, it's crazy, man.
Oh my goodness! Look, there's a flag again.
I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand why they continue to run Kirk out there from the pistol formation, man. I just don't get it. It's just something that they keep doing. But also, I know it does feel like Kyle Pitts isn't trying. But I will say hats off to Drake London, hats off to Ray McLeod, hats off to Daryl Mooney.
I thought Ray was going to get that touchdown too, by the way.
Oh, yeah, when he juked the guys. Yeah, he should have got it.
60 yards, 67 yarders.
Yeah, I wish they would have got it. Did we even score on that play? I don't even think we scored on that play.
Nope, we turned the ball over.
Crazy, man. Yeah, and those interceptions were dreadful. Those interceptions were dreadful, man. The pick 6 one, I mean, you can see that coming from a mile away.
Oh my God, I literally saw him like, no, when he started throwing, I was like, no.
Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on, but at least I would say at least we're not the Panthers, but Bryce Young is starting to trend upward now.
We almost helped y'all out. That's the only reason why you're mad at the Panthers right now.
No. I was actually saying. I'm actually saying Bryce Young. Bryce Young's starting to look decent. He's starting to look decent, man. He's starting to look good.
But the defense has got to show up.
Sucks. Yeah, the defense is
terrible. Got to show
up. All right, guys.
It's three out of the last 5 games, Carolina could have won if they had defense in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head right there because they were up actually against the Chiefs, and they blew it against the Chiefs. They were up. Everybody literally said the Panthers are going to win this game, and they lost. Literally, everybody. What was it? Brandon Link even said, "Look, the Panthers are about to gift Atlanta a prize." And then 30 seconds later, he said, "Never mind." And he put his ice in his cup and said, "This is why I have heart palpitations." Like I don't know. All right, guys, we have had a great show. What now?
That was Alka-Seltzer. That was nice.
Look, guys, I gotta let Brandon know. Look, guys, we had a really good episode. We've bent your ear for 1 hour and 53 minutes. This is the longest we've gone on a regular weekday show. I had a lot of fun. We had a lot of great turnout. And surprisingly, we still have 33 people watching. So, hey, we've done something right here. All right, guys. Want to let you know what is going on, and then we're gonna bounce out here. Look, Friday we are still we're oh so close to possibly getting us. If not, it's gonna be at least these 2 beautiful faces, Matt and myself. Maybe Shane, if Shane is willing to jump on, we will be happy to have him. If not, I understand completely. It's okay. But
we'll see.
So see, there you go, guys. Remember, Shane is still moving, so he does. And guys, Shane is a busy, but he really is. I mean, he texts me and says, "I can't sleep because I'm busy working or doing whatever, something like that." He goes down, he packs up some more stuff. He's trying to get his household. Which, by the way, if any of you all watching are realtors, here's a potential client right here. He is looking for a home. Please help him out. Find him a good home. He's wanting to live up here in the upstate of South Carolina. Let's get him a place to live up here. He wants his own reasonably priced. Yes,
that's the biggest problem, Brian. Reasonably.
Yes. That means you can forget about looking in Greenville because Greenville's prices are stupid.
Oh, well.
You can kind of look in Pickens because Pickens does have lower prices.
But that's
Maybe
on the
parts of
opposite
Spartanburg.
side. I'm working in Woodruff.
Maybe look in Spartanburg, Woodruff. I mean, would you be opposed to Union County? Lawrence?
I've been through Union County, and I played for Steve Tannehill a couple times.
So look, if you are a realtor, message him. Please get him a reasonably priced, nice house. He's tired of driving back and forth. He wants to save.
The dog. It's just me and the dog.
Which, by the way, if you guys can't see, his coworker, Miss Lily, is laying on the bed back there.
Coworker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's his baby. She's a doll. She's a sweetheart.
She's the whole bed right there.
She's literally the whole bed. She is a Great Dane, so she's a super large dog. All right, so I sent Matt this one, and I'm going to share with you all who we are so close to coming on our show. All right, we are talking to, actually, I've been in conversations with several Atlanta Falcons members. Mohamed Sanu, God, he is hard as heck to get a hold of. I am trying to get a hold of him. Him and I play phone tag. We literally do. So I'm trying to get Mohamed Sanu on the show. We have a player from Clemson who is going to come on our show. He has confirmed with me he will come on. I'm talking to the SID or even the head football coach at the University of Buffalo. I'm talking to Temple, which, by the way, folks, I didn't know if I shared this story with you. There is a 99.9% chance I am related to the new football coach at Temple, Casey Keeler. Yes, family tree genealogy traces it back that where he is from is almost the exact area that my family's from. He has family in Philadelphia, which I have family from. He is the exact age of one of the members mentioned in the genealogy, and the person who is mentioned, the first letter does begin with the letter K. I'm not going to call it their name, but Casey Keeler, the head football coach of Temple, the new head football coach, is a 99% chance he is related to me. We are talking to them. I'm trying to get them on. I want Casey Keeler on real quick. Hopefully we'll get him on. North Dakota State has gotten back to me. We will have somebody in North Dakota State. South Dakota State is also. I do have officially got our names out there, Matt, to the University of Anchorage, Alaska, Seawolves. We will have somebody from their basketball team on. We're trying to see if we can get it towards the end of December, maybe early January. So that's coming on there. I've been talking to somebody at Washington State, both Montana and Montana State. And here's a name that I'm really working on for the Atlanta Hawks, Mike the Stinger Glenn. I know him personally. I'm going to reach out to him and see if he will come on. Also, I want to let you know, Matt, I reached out to Paul Millsap, which he retired today officially after 16 years.
Really?
He officially retired. I reached out to him, and he is supposed to be talking with me. Yes, he was a great player. Did great things at Atlanta. Did great things at Utah. So he is supposed to talk to me within the next day or two about trying to get it set up. Yes, we may have Paul Millsap and the Stinger on at the same time. Dude, you can't go wrong with that, you know?
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
So we're working. We are working very hard to get some more people on there. Matt is working on getting some people from Georgia Tech, current and past. There is a particular player, Jared Jack. He's going to really press on to try and get Jared Jack on the show. Stay tuned for that one, guys. I want to let you know, season 2, yes, it is coming to an end soon. We are going to be off the final week of December, which is Christmas and New Year's. That is when season 2 will end. We'll take a week off. Season 3 will come back. We'll have a new intro, new outro video. We may have a third member of the team. We'll have bigger, better guests. We will have a whole slew of crazy, great things.
Not to say our guests weren't good. Our guests are great.
No, our guests now have been fantastic, but we're going to elevate even higher.
We don't want any notes and any, No.
Hey, and really quick, I shared this with Shane last episode. Our good friend Brian Kajiyama is going to be coming on regularly, Matt. He has agreed to come on regularly. So I'm excited to have him on. Brian and I talk literally every single day. He actually questioned today why my girls were outside playing when it's 37 degrees. And I said, it's my girls. They have to play outside. They're like, they bug you until you can't be bugged anymore. So, all right, guys, for our good friend Andre and the entire South Carolina Ravens football team, which, by the way, again, get your tickets, scravensfb.com, or give them a call. Andre gave you the number. Give them a call. Get those tickets while you can. For our good friend Dan Scott, remember, today is Giving Tuesday. Grand Slam Ministries, check them out. And also, go watch his show, the Dan Scott Show. It's really actually pretty good. I actually enjoy watching it.
Very good show. Very good show.
Yeah, and if you get a chance, check out the voice. He is the voice of Furman Athletics. He will be calling the basketball game tomorrow night against Florida Gulf Coast. Check them out. Cannot wait to have him on again eventually. But for that being said, for this man right here, Matt, what do you tell them not to get done?
Guys, when you go out and enjoy yourselves, nice little night out, just, follow the rules, don't drink and drive, don't act a fool, just don't get flagged.
Yeah, we're not bailing you out. Shane's not bailing you out. I'm definitely not bailing you out. Matt's not bailing you out. But if you want some Uber rides, this man right here has got some coupons for you for Uber. Shane, what do you tell the lovely people?
Hey, peace, love, and bacon grease.
Yes, peace, love, and bacon grease indeed. As you guys, I always tell you, regardless that we lost this week, peace up. A-Town down. It's the greatest sports city ever known to man. Matt, shut up. It's not our fault.
Nothing to say.
It's Kirk Cousins at 4 interception night and Koo. Whatever happened to him, I don't know. Anyway, we'll not talk about that in. Guys, thank you so much from the bottom of our heart watching our show. As I'm literally right because my chest is hurting. Thank you guys so much for watching our show. We really appreciate it. We enjoyed having you on. We will be back on Friday, 7:30. Be there. Because by the way, we got 2 new subscribers today. We Mr. McCollum, you unfortunately did not claim your gift card. So we are still giving away the gas gift card. We did up it to $40 instead of $30. So every subscriber we get on YouTube, you get entered. I know who it is because it tells me you will get entered to win the gas gift card. Let's get to number 145, guys. Until then, we will see you on Friday. So just like Matt said, don't get flagged, and peace, love, and bacon grease, and don't get in trouble. Bye, guys. See ya. Well, he just did. He just scored 8 points. That's the thing. He had a career.